This is a continuation of my story, Eric Edwards, part 7. Continuous of part 6, I'm sorry. I was talking about the railroad tracks and Freddie. But I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. I'm going to kind of backtrack a little bit more on my childhood. Because I left out quite a bit of stuff, and I'm trying to get this stuff. It's coming to me in bits and pieces. But I want to kind of cover back on as a kid, me and my sister Nene. I can actually remember me and her going to visit Daddy, Dion Douglas. Uh, on the weekends, we would. He had a friend that would take us down there. And then I think a couple of times we went on the bus, visited him down at Menard. We did that uh, over uh, a number of years. Daddy would be out of jail for a while, then for some reason he'd be back in jail. And that went on during our childhood. He was in and out of jail. And I can remember us going to see him, actually I got to the point where that's one of the reasons I didn't like going to visit nobody in jail, because I did it all my childhood with my dad. And so I just didn't like seeing them locked up like that, and it just, and that's the way I felt. And Daddy, I think the most uh, time of incarceration that really had an impact on me was he had got shot. He was stealing down there in East St. Louis carpet place, and police came, and Daddy tried to shoot his way out. And got shot. I thought he was gonna die. Had to go to the hospital. He was in intensive care. Dad had holes all in his ass. I think he got shot 8 times. And let me go in there see him, and he grabbed grabbed my hand. I was about 12 years old when that happened. And he told me, I had a key to Dad's house. That's how much he was going in and out of jail. And he had a little apartment on St. Louis Avenue, uh, upstairs. And he said, "Boy, I want you to take care. You got the key." I didn't even know I forgot I had a key to his house. That's how I'm just saying. He had gave me that key, and in case of an emergency, that's how much he was in and out of jail. And he wanted me to go down there, go up in his apartment and get something. And he had me go get some money from some guy, and Daddy had me going. He had me going to the downtown East St. Louis, paying for on something he had in the damn uh pawn shop. I guess it was. I don't know. I guess it was a ring or something. Anyway, he didn't want to lose it. He had me paying on that thing. And at that time, I was doing a lot of errands for my mom. I had to go downtown East St. Louis to pay bills for her. And then between her and my grandmother, they had me. They used to pin money inside my watch pocket of my pants and have me going over certain people's house. It was a lot of money going backwards and forwards. Different people helping each other in them days. I can remember Mama used to send me over to this lady's house, and this lady used to put that money in my pocket, and I would go home, and Mama would get it out. And then same thing with my granny. It was it was a lot. There's a lot of that going on. Mama and my granny, now believe it or not, them women out in Red City was helping each other. Bags of clothes, all kind of stuff like that. And my grandmother, she was something else. she helped a lot of women out there in West City. It was a close knit community as far as they go. You know, a lot of women looked up to my grandma. And she was. I love her. Me and Jesse. I think she was more of a mother to me and Jesse than our own mama was. Cause I just remember Granny going to Granny and comfort her. And Granny was also influential in getting me away from some of the stuff that was going on. She and her husband Booker had a brother named Mac. Mac's wife named Irene. Well, she would come and get Granny every 2 weeks, and her and Granny and her son Bug and he had a little brother named Reggie, and then me and Doom, we would go to the wrestling matches. Granny would take me and Doom with her, and Granny loved wrestling. She loved it. And we went to Kill Auditorium. I'll never forget that. I used to look forward to that. And oh man, that's where I learned. I paid attention. And I learned how to wrestle from watching them wrestlers at the Kill Auditorium. I'll never forget. And they had some dudes too. And she used to Granny would be hollering and get him, and she had her favorites, but that was her outlet. That was it. Granny would go to them wrestling matches. She loved it. She loved going to them wrestling matches, and I loved it too. I just loved it, and I really thank you. She's somewhere listening. I thank her for doing that to me. Cause I was never really a boxer. I couldn't throw hands like Dona. Dona could throw hands, and he had quite a bit of experience doing that because of his brothers. His Booker used to take me and Dona to Dona's mother's house on Sundays to visit his mother. They stayed in the Pruitt Igos. I'll never forget, over in St. Louis. I can easily remember what floor they was on. It was on one of the higher floors, and we would go over there, and Booker would be staying there. He'd be in there talking to Dona's mama, and and the girls and the other kids. And Dona had two his brothers at the time. Lynn was the oldest. He was older than all of us. And then Dona and Kurt was right around there, each other's age. And oh man, them cats was something else, man. Cause we would go over there and they was like, "Come on, y'all, let's go